optimal living, living optimally.
So today we are experiencing an art of touch experience. And there are 4 simple movements in the art of touch experience. And today we would like to share 2 of those movements with you. There is holding and then there is tracing. So what we're going to do here is begin by making sure your hands are nice and warmed up. You don't ever really want to touch people when your hands are freezing cold, because that can feel uncomfortable. Warm your hands up. And when you begin to touch, you don't want to jerk and move and do things in, forceful type ways. You want to come gently to the body. And we're just going to hold right on both sides of the body, gently with your hands. And here we can begin to breathe in and out slowly. We're just sensing the energy of our partner and being aware of our own energy. How's that feeling? Do you feel anything maybe warm on your hands? Do you feel any tingling or movement of energy? Just being aware. So that's one demonstration of holding. It doesn't require any movement at all, but believe me, something is happening. Let's see, we could probably ask the persons that are lying down, do you feel anything from this movement? Just resting?
She's calming me down. They're going to do very balanced.
Yes, that feels good.
I feel comforted.
Comforted. Very good. We're going to shift from here. We're going to lift our hands gently. Don't want to do anything abruptly. Then we're going to place our hands on the shoulder. That is also holding. Being present and mindful. Here you are just connecting with the body. If a person has experienced any level of trauma, or even if they're in pain and they didn't tell you before they lie down on the table or on the mat, here you are just connecting and saying to the body, I'm here. I'm here to bring love and great energy to you. So again, that's holding. Now when we move to the tracing, we get to use our fingertips. I like to use these 2 fingers. You can place them right at the base of the chin, one below and one on top of the mandible, and just begin to gently glide your fingers along the chin. And then just kind of sweep up along the hairline. Here, tracing. You can trace along the eyebrows. These are the pads of your fingers that you're using to trace. And when you get to the bottom of the throat here, sometimes the person might cough a little bit because they'll feel like something's making them want to, and it's okay. So if they cough, don't think much of it. It's all good. And then tracing slowly back along the hairline. And when you lift your hands up, imagine that your hands are a paintbrush, and the oil or whatever you're using on your hands is the paint. So that's how this whole art of touch thing comes about. Your hands are the brushes, your oil is the paint, and the canvas is the person that you're working on, and you are the artiste. So that's what's happening here. Now I'm going to move along to the side of Bert's body here as I demonstrate what it's like to do long flowing strokes. So this is another one of the movements. And here I'm going to use her arm, so I gently grasp her arm, and I'm kind of doing a little bit of decompression by pulling, but these are long flowing strokes. Remember, your hands are the paintbrush. Whatever you're using to glide is your paint. You are creating a touch masterpiece with your hands. And when you look at your canvas, think about if you were creating a work of art, you would be looking at your canvas as if it is just that, a work of art. So you want to be present with your partner. You don't want to be distracted by looking away or tending to something that has nothing to do with your partner. You want to be with your partner. And if something does happen and you're trying to figure out, well, what do I want to explore next? Just place your hands gently on your partner and holding. And just kind of use that as a time to consider what's next. But you don't want to leave your partner just there hanging out without any connection. This is what this special time is for. It is for connecting and exploring. Okay, so that's long flowing strokes. And these strokes can also happen going toward the heart, centripetal. And you want to do it toward the heart if it's going to be a touch that is going to be firm. Because you always want to sweep the blood toward the heart. If it's just a gentle going in the opposite direction, that's fine. But you want to sweep toward the heart. You can even add a little vibration to it. Long flowing strokes. So those are 3 of the movements, and the final movement of the art of touch. It's kind of what I did in the beginning was decompress, and it was a pull. So pulling is a good thing, y'all. Bert can probably tell you.
This is fabulous. How are we doing that?
How you doing over there, Katrin?
I'm not even in the room right
It's
now.
just like I'm not in the room. I'm just floating on the clouds somewhere. Okay, I'm going to position myself on the other side. The artist, it's important for you to care for yourself during the process. So if you are uncomfortable, then you're not going to do well with giving anything to your partner. So I'm going to put some oil on my hands here, give me a little bit of glide. So how the artist is feeling is going to transfer over into the canvas. So you want to be in a place where you are comfortable. Long flowing strokes. And here I'm actually pulling as I'm giving the long flowing strokes. You can pull on the fingers, kind of decompressing those joints. You know how we're on computers all the time. Sometimes our fingers can get kind of compressed, joints pressed together. So you can decompress them by gently pulling. These same movements can be done along the legs, arms, the back. And when you're sweeping, imagine that you are gently sweeping away your partner's burdens. You're not taking them on to yourself, you're sweeping them away. And that's what that movement is doing. Now, before we move on, I want you to know that you are touching even before you touch. And the reason why is because we are energetic beings. And so there's energy that's coming out, exuding out from your aura. So like I can feel her energy starting right here. I don't know what she can feel. First, what are you feeling? Do you feel my hands at all? Or do you feel anything at all in your abdominal area?
I do feel it.
You can feel it?
Yeah, it feels like it feels light, kind of like a feather motion, and there's some warmth there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really to show you that even before you touch your partner can feel you. And if you want that energy to be positive, then your intention must be positive. So I'm going to gently place my hands on her abdominal area. This is holding again. The abdomen is a very important part of the body that holds a lot of trauma. So you want to be very gentle when you touch your partner in the abdominal area. And if you just kind of breathe with your partner, you'll find that when your partner is ready, your hands will begin to sink in. And they'll get deeper and deeper. You don't have to force it. You just relax and breathe. Your partner will allow you in. It's a very relaxing experience, the art of touch. It's about exploring your partner. It's about connecting and even communicating with your partner without words. You don't have to say anything for your partner to feel, I love you. Your intention will say all of the words. Slowly, I'm going to release, bring my hands up. Here we've got the oil dripping off. I'm imagining the oil dripping off. At this point, I would like to share that we can add in some tools into our mix as we are creating art. So I want to just show you one of the fun things that I like to play around with in these sessions. And this is a satin bag filled with we've got some honey dust. So I'm going to grab my fun honey duster. This is what your honey dust feather looks like. And you can use your feather duster. And you can use it to gently add on. This is your The artist is using what do we have in here? This is now your paintbrush, if you will. And the paint is now powder. Edible honey powder. Yes, edible. Edible honey powder. You might want to smell that. Smell that. He's like, can I borrow that? You want to smell it? And if you want to take a little bit and put it on your hands, you can use the feather duster if you like. I just applied some onto Bert's hands. But I want you to know that you can use the powder as the tool or the resource that you would use to glide your hands. So you don't have to always use oil. You don't have to apply oil all the time. You can apply feathers and dust. Honey dust. Woo! And if you are with an intimate partner, your wife, husband, significant other, what you can do afterwards is your own little party. Woo! How's that feel, Bert? Your smile says it all.
Don't make me get up, please.
This is such a fun experience, and I am so happy to bring our audience into what an art of touch experience is like. It doesn't have to be a husband and a wife or a boyfriend and a girlfriend. It could be a girlfriend and a girlfriend. We're all friends here, and we would love for each other to feel more relaxed. We would love to sweep away our friends, our partners' burdens. We know that when we engage in a practice like this, we are giving of ourselves, something that doesn't cost anything. We are giving a gift that can give not only in this moment, but even after this experience is over. Because people enjoy having these relaxing moments, and it helps them to sleep well. It helps them to relieve pain and discomfort. And then it just simply helps us to connect on a deeper level. So we have just tried 4 movements, and they're simple, but they can turn into a full body session. But for the purposes of this show, we have just demonstrated the 4 simple movements in the art of touch. So as I stated earlier, we are touching even when we're not touching. But when we are touching along the spine, which is the central nervous system, we are touching the most important part of the body. This is where the energy is flowing along the spine and it's coming out from along the vertebrae. The energy goes down along the arms and down the legs and everything. And it's really cool how the central nervous system works. And it basically speaks to every part of the body. But when we're sitting back to back, we are literally feeling one another's energy, like at the core of who we are. When we do this exercise, we are really practicing giving and taking because there has to be a giver and there has to be a receiver. So what that would look like, I'm going to just demonstrate by leaning in to bird. So I'm going to lean in and bird is receiving, taking as I extend. And I can add my arms in if I like. Just really relax here. As we call it in yoga, we're opening up our heart. It's a heart opener. I sit back up slowly. Birth's going to come in with me. And then I'm going to do the opposite. Open her heart out. Up and connecting here. Now what we're going to do is feel what it's like to have some movement going back and forth. So here you have to be able to be in tune with your partner. And your partner is going to not have to say anything to tell you what to do, but you have to tap in to where they're going. So I'm going to just kind of move my body. We're going to see how birth does with connecting with me. Something different to see if she can work with me on this over here. We're going to do this. Yeah. Woo! Birth is good. She's like, I feel you. Just imagine doing something like this with your partner, really getting to know them on a deeper level. Without saying words, you are simply moving and grooving with one another. Back up. So that is another movement. I love you guys. Now let's connect our arms here. And this is just for a little added support if you want to connect arms. When you are doing this, you know for sure that your partner is supported and that they're not going to fall down. My spine is saying, yes, thank you. Yeah. Flowing like ripples in an ocean. And we're coming back up. And that is, yes, I love you guys. That is great. Absolutely what we're doing here. But do this at home when you're just kind of listening to music, chilling. You don't even have to have the TV on. You can just enjoy your partner. I love it. You guys are amazing. Perfect. Very good.